Hey everyone, it's Joe, the 50-something Dasher, and you're watching another installment of my DoorDash Daily Recap video. Every offer, every delivery, every adventure. Let's break it all down right now. Alright guys, this is the daily recap video for Thursday, May the 16th. And unfortunately, I'm sorry to report this evening that I took another loss today. So 2 consecutive days with a loss. I, you know, don't give up on me yet here, folks. I think there's still time. I'm sub 500 right now, but I think I can still holding out hope that I can string together some wins here and still make the playoffs. I'm kind of like fighting an uphill battle, but I think I can do it. We'll see here. But as much as it pains me, I'm going to go ahead and go over this whole loss here today anyway, starting with my start time, 6:29 in the morning. Wasn't getting anything coming across, so I decided to turn on Uber Eats, which was a mistake, of course, because I haven't been really seeing much of anything on there. So let's start with these 3 declines. It's 7:04, $8.06. 15 miles for $8. I mean, this order is going to Sydney, Australia here, and I'm not leaving the country and having to come back for just $8. So decline, and then just 6 minutes later, I get the same offer, and they've added 11 cents to it. Any viewers here that's watching this also drive for Uber Eats? Is this typical that you get you decline something and you get the order back with just a few cents added to it? Is that really how this works with Uber Eats? I think it was yesterday. I showed that one example where I got an order for the second time and there was like 2 cents added to it. I mean, with DoorDash, it's at least bare minimum like a quarter when you see something a second time, but a lot of times like 50 cents or 75 cents, but 2 cents? I don't know. So decline that one as well. And then I get a 429 McDonald's going 7 miles. Decline, obviously. Then I get a Meyer order. 1325, 16 miles, just one item. I know the miles are upside down on this, but I've talked about before, I like these orders where I can get off to a 2-figure salary with the first order. So even though it's upside down on miles, you factor in my 3 miles because I'm starting at home, then that makes this a 13 for 13. And it's only one item, so I went ahead and took it. Get to the store, and it's this is just one can of Similac. So I walk back to the baby department, hit my start shopping, and find this 23 seconds later. And for the very first time, I seen that they put the price on this screen, which, I saw that and I'm like, well, how's this going to help me out at all or whatever? But it actually later on in this dash would come into play on another order, and I'll talk about that here when we get to that order. So I head up to the register and check out. I go to the customer, and it's a house, and the driveway is completely full. 4 larger vehicles taking up the whole entire driveway. Sometimes I'll park in a customer's driveway. I've never had anything said to me. But I couldn't park in this driveway. I couldn't park in front of the house. The street was all parked up. I had to drive like about 2 or 3 house lengths down to be able to park on the street, walk back to this customer, and there was hardly any room to walk from the sidewalk up to the front door. I couldn't walk between these vehicles. They were taking up the whole entire driveway. And I couldn't hardly walk on the left hand side of the vehicles without like walking in the mud. And so I get up to the door, drop this order off, get to the pay screen. There you go. Zero tip. Thank you. Zero tip, and having to drive, 16 miles total and walking in a muddy lawn to deliver this order equals a crap order. Thank you very much. Unbelievable. And then I break in the action after I got back to zone at 8:06. I look at the opportunities tab on Uber Eats and look at these amazing opportunities I have to choose from. $7, Walmart, 3 stops, taking 25 minutes. Absolutely amazing opportunity. Look at this, $6.32, delivering to 3 different customers. That's $2 a customer. You can't get much better than that. But wait a minute, this third one's even better. Look at this offer, folks. $15 delivering to 6 customers, and they anticipate it's going to take you 70 minutes to do this for $15. You tell me if you ever seen a worse order than that in your food delivery or any kind of delivery driving careers here. I was tempted to put this in my list for my worst decline, but I didn't. This isn't something I decline. This is just something I'm looking at. So I'm not accepting or declining anything here. So, plus, I think for my awards shows here for the first half of 2024, I'm just going to keep it to DoorDash. So maybe the second half of the year, maybe I might include Uber, but this first half is just going to be DoorDash only. And like I said, watch out for those award shows the end of next month. But ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Okay, so then my next offer is, and this is pretty terrible. I took this $6, 3.6 miles, 2 pickups, 1 customer. And you're like, why in the world would he take this? Well, just being stupid. So, hey, it is what it is. But I figured, you know what? Let me try this, and I just was not, like, right from the start was just not feeling like I was gonna have luck today. I don't know why. I just, maybe I knew today was a guaranteed loss. I don't know. Like I wasn't prepared to come to play today or something. But I figured if I could do this in 20 minutes, and there's a chance I could do this in 20 minutes, then you're talking, you're averaging, if you knock out $6 in 20 minutes, that's an $18 an hour average, and it's not, great, but I could live with that. So let's see if I can do this in 20 minutes. So here is the Speedway list, and I don't have to shop the Speedway, or it's just one energy drink, and it was kind of funny. They gave me the order and they were like, "Yeah, why would somebody just order one drink?" And I said, "Well, this was combined with it. They're also getting a Bob Evans order." And they were like, "Oh, okay." So I pick this up, and then I head to, and we're just Speedway and Bob Evans. We're just talking. One of them each is on the side of the interstate. So you got Speedway on one side of the interstate. Then I cross over the bridge. Bob Evans is on the other side of the bridge. Okay, so I cross the bridge, get to Bob Evans. I did have a 3-minute wait at Bob Evans, so that kind of sucked a little bit. Because, like I said, I'm trying to do this in 20 minutes. And then it's off to the customer. I noticed the like the address and the street, and I'm wondering if this is the apartment complex that I used to live in. It probably is. So I start heading. I turn down the street. But GPS has me go past my old complex and turn into the next complex over. And I'm following, go down one little street, turn down another little street. And I get to this point here. You see this screenshot where I'm instructed to park. And GPS is instructing me to climb over this fence. And my customer is on the other side of the fence. So it was the other apartment complex as I originally suspected. And I've been to my old. I've had like probably 2 previous deliveries to this complex before. So it hasn't happened very often. And one of those 2 other times, similar situation. The pin was wrong, and I had a lot of trouble finding the apartment. And these addresses in this complex is tricky because you have to walk around the whole. There's 4 apartments for each one of these buildings, and you have to walk around the whole little building to see all the numbers, and they're not in any kind of real order that makes sense. So I had to leave that apartment complex that I was in, go back on the street, turn into the other complex, and then so drop the order. I found that customer, drop the order off, and here's the pay screen. So $250 from DoorDash and $350 combined in tips for the $6. And this took me 25 minutes. So I was 5 minutes over on that goal of 20. Had that Bob Evans been ready right away, then I would have done this in 22 minutes and only been 2 minutes off. But it is what it is. I took another screenshot here. This is from the customer. Now I'm on the other side of the fence at the customer. And there you see there's no parking anywhere around this customer's apartment. I would have been better off. What GPS should have had me done is enter the street from the opposite direction and park on the main street. That actually would have been a shorter walk from my car to this particular customer than the apartment complex's parking lot, believe it or not. So anyway, that was a little experience right there. And then next, I hadn't even left that apartment complex yet when I get this order. $650, Dollar General, 4.7 miles, 7 items. Not a very good order, but I took it. Here's the list. Mostly these breakfast items that you see here, and what's not on the list is just milk and creamer. And this didn't take me that long to shop. So it took me, as you see, 4 minutes out of a recommended 12. So I found everything on that order really quick. This actually delivered to not my neighbor, but my neighbor's neighbor. So I was able to come home, park in my own garage to deliver this order, and then $4.50 and $2 tip on that. And this took start to finish 23 minutes. So I you know, made, if I would have set a goal for this order, I would have made it. And then I was here for, let's see, when was the next? So this is 8:55 when I completed that order. So the next order, it wasn't until 38 minutes later I was here at home, just eating breakfast, talking to my wife, doing whatever. 38 minutes before I got an offer. 325 5 Mile McDonald's, and I of course did not take this order. Automatic decline. Next was a 675 8.6 mile Taco Bell. This was at 9:40, so another 7 minutes had passed. So you're talking like over 40 minutes. I took this right here just to get on an order again and moving again. Normally I probably would have declined this one too, but I'd already been in here for like 40 minutes, and I like I said, I just wanted to be on an order. So I took this, and no problems here. The Taco Bell was ready. Drove down to Southern Point, delivered that. I think I got the pay screen on this one. $2.25 from DoorDash, $4.50 tip. So, delivered that at 10:01. So that's really good time there. 21 minutes all total, and that's going down to Commercial Point, or Southern Point, I should say. So that, I made good time on that. And next was my wife was about ready to, I was heading back to Meijer, and my wife was leaving here, and she was going to go to Meijer as well to shop. So we're both heading there. And I told her, well, if I don't get an order, then I'll go into the store with you and we'll shop, until I get an order. But instead, as I'm making my way back, I get this $5 Taco Bell that's not even a mile. So I take it, and she's already, when I take this order, she's already left the apartment. She's left our apartment complex and on her way to Meijer, and it's only like 3 miles. So I told her, I said, wouldn't it be funny if I could do this order start to finish and get back to Meijer before you get up here? How crazy would that be? And we're like, okay, let's see. So I go to Taco Bell. I actually had to wait about a minute on this order. So I wait about a minute. I get the order. The order is just going right across the street. And I should say that Taco Bell is in front of the Meijer. So I wait a minute, I get the order, I just have to go across the street to the apartment complex. I deliver that, and I don't have a screenshot of this one. I think it was 2 and 3 was the pay on that. And then, and so now I'm coming back to Meijer, and just as I'm arriving to Meijer, and you see that's 7 minutes, only 7 minutes after I got that previous offer. I'm pulling into Meijer, and I get a Meijer order, $12.50, 8 miles, 3 items. So I took this, and I arrive into the Meijer parking lot the same time as my wife. In fact, I see her turn down a lane of parking spots, and then I turn down the same lane. So we arrived together. And it's crazy that I could have picked up and delivered an order and got back in that short a time. It's pretty crazy. So I take this. I walk into the store with her, and we're both kind of surprised when we see this order. Just it's only one item and quantity of three of Amish baked beans. Okay, this is kind of weird, but I told her, "Hey, this works. I don't have to go anywhere inside the store. I just got to walk in the front doors and turn to the left, and this stuff right here is right at the front of the store. How easy is this?" You see the 42 seconds it took me to shop this. It probably should have just been like 10 or 15 seconds. I actually scanned the wrong thing first. They had two different kinds of baked beans. I scanned regular baked beans, and I was supposed to get the Amish. Kind of weird, but I found them, and then I'm off to the customer. This was a super easy delivery because I got onto the main road that Meyer is on, and I just stay on that road all the way to the customer, and go out to Groveport, and pretty much I don't even leave that main road. This is going to a business that sits on that road, and I just walk into the lobby. The instructions were to leave it on a chair that's sitting there in the lobby, take my picture, and I'm back on the main road back to Meyer, right in time for the lunch orders. So here you see the pay $9 and $3.50 tip for $12.50. And as I'm heading back, I don't have a screenshot of this, but the customer, as I'm heading back, added a $2 tip on this. So this was really a $14.50 order. So thank you very much. Appreciate it. And then next, I'm coming back to Zone, and I get this. I don't get a good catering order or anything like that. I get a $5 4-mile jersey. I went ahead and took this, and picked this up, and this delivered to a school kind of close to home here. So pretty, it was pretty easy, standard delivery, even though it didn't pay much. So picked up $5 there. Next screenshot. I declined this. $7, 7.5 mile Target, 5 items. And this seemed like more trouble than what it's worth. And I've talked about in the last couple recap videos how the Target self-checkout lanes haven't been open, so there could be potential issues with that, so decline for today. Then I get this interesting order, Sally Beauty. Oh, let's do. I haven't had a Sally Beauty in a while. Let's go ahead and do this. Raunchy as it is, only paying $5.50 for 5 miles. I know it's raunchy, and it's going over to Stringtown Road area, which is going to be busy, but whatever. I'm still curious to see what this one item was going to be. I get to Sally Beauty, and this is I've only had this place 2, maybe 3 times before, and I've never had to shop in there. This was my first ever shopping order for there, so I was gonna have to shop. I get there, I walk into the store, I see the signs all over the place that they're cash only. Okay, so I said, I go in there, I ask him, I said, well, hey, I got a DoorDash order. Am I just not going to be able to do this? And they said their system was down. They recommended that I contact the customer and tell them that to cancel the order and replace it on the Sally website. That way, and choose the delivery option. That way they can pay like on the website. And, but I took a look and, do I have a screenshot of the, no, I don't. I don't know why I didn't take a screenshot of the item, but it was just some kind of like some kind of lip liner, lip gloss, something. I can't remember. And I mentioned earlier how the price was now showing beneath the items. Well, this item was only like $1.37 or something like that. And so another idea came to me. I thought, and I told the workers there, I was like, well, wait a minute. And I only had $2 cash in my wallet. I was like, hey, you guys, well, what's the tax going to be on this? I'm thinking about just paying for this out of my own money, because I've seen a lot of, well, not a lot, but enough comments from on social media from other dashers that said that they've ran into situations like this before, where they've had to pay for an order out of their own money, and DoorDash always reimburses them. They just keep the receipt, send a text message or whatever, chat with DoorDash support or call them and show them that receipt. And I haven't read a comment from a dasher where they've ever been ripped off. They always get their money back. So I thought, well, let me try that. I want to try that too. And it's only like, what am I, even if I did get ripped off, we're just talking like $1.50 here. So this is a good opportunity to try this. And so one of the other girls finds the item for me and brings it to me. So I'm going to try it. So but I go to scan the item, and this is like a really, really tiny item here with this, microscopic size barcode, and the app is not scanning it. So I'm sitting there like, trying to turning my phone the different ways and putting it close, far out. And, I'm messing with it. I can't get that barcode to scan. So I end up calling DoorDash support. I figure I'd call them and try to get taken off of it with half pay. Well, so I'm standing in the store with support, and, they tell me to go through the prompts as if the item was unavailable, and for me, myself, to close out the order that way. And, I don't know, for whatever reason, I didn't want to mark the item as unavailable if it really was there or whatever. I don't know. And the half pay really wasn't, really and truly all that important to me. I just hung up with customer service, and I just dropped it the other way. I chose store is not accepting orders, and then I saw the message here that I could unassign with no pay. Completion rate will not be affected. Clicked unassign. The next screenshot I selected, store is having issues with their system, and unassigned. And so the order got taken off of me. I didn't get any half pay, but I really didn't care. And by this point, I'm standing outside of the store as I'm unassigning all this, when the next order comes across, and it's a $3 crumble cookie. I'm standing right in front of the front door to Crumble Cookie. These two places are next door to each other. I'm right there. And I went ahead and took this. I was like, you know what? I'm standing right outside the door. I know this is only $3, but I'm standing right here. I'm going to take this little $3 order and get this order and get 2 miles out away from this Stringtown Road area and get out of here. And I might as well get paid $3 for leaving this area. because that's what I was going to be doing anyway. Okay, so I take this order, I get in there, only have to wait a minute or so. I get the cookies, and I'm in a now I'm having problems with my phone. I'm in like a bad signal area, so I can't confirm the pickup in the app. I have to start driving away. I should have just drove in front of the Walmart to close it out. I don't know why, but I knew the general area where this customer was. I decided instead to just start driving that way and close it out when I could. Well, what ended up happening was DoorDash started trying to stack other orders on top of this one. I couldn't even, pick up this one in the app yet. So they're trying to stack. It was 3 different orders, and I couldn't see any of them. I only got text messages. I couldn't see the offers in the app. And then I get those messages, we tried to send you an offer, but you didn't get it, yada, yada, blah, 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 blah. And I can't remember the 3 different restaurants, but I drove like over a mile before I could finally confirm that pickup. I mean, I was, maybe like a mile and a half. I was pretty much, almost to the customer by the time I could actually pick it up. That was frustrating. Dropped that off at 11:48. So there you see $2 from DoorDash and $1 tip. So there's my $1 right there. There you go. Thank you very much. Is a $15.75 Meyer decline. I'd already gone out east already, and this one was 20 items, so no thanks. It got a little bit better just immediately after declining that. I get a $6 2.5 mile order. Let me go ahead and do this. So this is pretty standard order. Had to wait just maybe like 2 minutes. But I went to the bathroom inside the Arby's, and order was pretty much ready right after that. $2 from DoorDash, $4 tip. So, decent order there. I take this pretty raunchy order. I don't know, what I'm thinking going back over to Stringtown Road, but I did it. 850, 4.9 miles. I guess I'm just trying to, if at all possible, pick my acceptance rate up. Try to get it back up to the 60s if I can. I don't know. And so I take this, I pick up both orders. The Jersey Mike's I had to wait on. And I was kind of wondering if maybe they had forgot about me and this was kind of smelling 10-minute drop, but I think I waited about 5 or 6 minutes. The Chipotle, there was no wait. The order was sitting there on the shelf. But I should back up. When I was on my way to go to these 2 places, I had to use a like a little back road behind the shopping center. It's got a funny street name. It's called Kill Deer. So I because if I was to go up to Stringtown Road from the position that I was at, I was leaving an apartment complex, and if I was to approach Stringtown at that position, you can only make a right hand turn. I need to make a left, so you got to go down Killdeer to the other side of the shopping center to get to a traffic light, and that's how you make a left. I go down Killdeer and I come up on this right here. they're like paving that road. So this minivan in front of me, the construction worker was telling that minivan to back up and make a right there, and that they weren't letting them through there. So I didn't follow that minivan. I just decided to go in reverse the whole length of that road to that I had gotten to that point, and then I just made my right on Stringtown. I ended up making a U-turn, is what I did, but it ended up not costing me very much time, fortunately. Um, the I delivered the Chipotle first to both of these went to like businesses, and the Chipotle customer, I got a $5 cash tip on that, and then the Jersey Mikes went to a Catholic school. Here's the pay screen. So $2.50 from DoorDash. Each customer tipped $3 in the app. Plus I got the $5 cash, so $13.50. Next, I did a lot of orders here today, but just didn't. They're all lower paying. I just didn't make much money. I took this $7.25, 2.5 miles. I gotta shop 10 items, but I'm only driving 2.5 miles. So let's do it. Here's the list on this. This was kind of like a really odd list. You got like toilet paper, beef jerky, juice, a brush to to clean glasses or bottles, some aftershave nasal spray, and lemon tea. I don't know, it's just like a weird combination of items. I had to ask where the brush was and the beef jerky. And so here's my shopping time on that. Shopped it in almost half the recommended time, 8 minutes out of 14. So did pretty good, even though I had to stop two different associates. This delivered to like a auto auction type place. So I delivered about 11 minutes later, 4.25 and $3 tip. And by the way, I turned off Uber after I seen those other offers that I showed. I turned Uber off at that point and never turned it back on again today. This was the decline, 750 for 8 miles. Jets Pizza going to Hilltop. Decline. Let's get another decline here. And I'm tired at this point. $6, 6 mile Garden Bar going near the hospital. But I just didn't want to mess with Garden Bar. That's downtown Grove City, and sometimes usually I can park okay down there, but sometimes it's a problem. I just didn't want to hassle with it. I'd already had a bad enough day. And at this point, I'm trying to log off my dash, but I'm wanting to get stopped at a traffic light. And before I could log off, I get another offer. And this is only $4 for 1 mile Wendy's, but I'd already made the decision to log off, and I'm still gonna log off. $4 isn't enough to make me want to keep going. So, I declined this. I was able to get stopped finally and log off. Dash summary here. So it was a 6 hour and 45 minute dash. 13 deliveries for only $81.75. I mean, and you had to factor in the $5, so $86.75. That's still bad. And I went over on mileage, 92 miles. So, you know, it is what it is. Now at 3,073 lifetime DoorDash deliveries. Believe it or not, I improved my acceptance rate. I don't know how, but I started the Dash at 57 and raised it to 58%. So, um, tomorrow has to be a better day. We'll see, but you know, two bad losses in a row. I got a rebound tomorrow. I mean, make sure to get plenty of sleep. Be prepared. You know, be in the best, you know, shape possible, mentally, physically, for tomorrow, and be prepared to win. I got to. So anyway, that's it for this Dash. Thanks for watching. As always, be sure to drive safe out there. Until next time. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Check out my other videos. A lot of good stuff, a lot of information for all things DoorDash. And we will see you at the next video. Thanks again for watching.